pumped like about $40 billion worth of ore in a year, so that was a pretty good investment. It started up production in 1898 and the doors closed on the place December 2001. In the 1940s there was 2,000 employees underground alone, and they started producing between 10 to 12,000 ton a day. And they kept that same production up every day it operated, right up until the last year that it ran. For a few months in 2001, it still produced that 10 to 12,000 ton a day, only with 250 employees underground. So we got to be quite sure those 250 employees worked a lot harder than the 2,000 did. For a period of 10 years, it was the largest producer of lead, zinc, and silver in the world. Okay, what we have right here on this wall here, that's a round that's all drilled off and it's all loaded up, ready to be blasted. When you come on shift, there'd be a muck pile here from the previous shift blasting. So you'd scrape that out. Then you'd take line from some plugs the surveyors would have had up in the back here. And usually that was on center. So that would be right there. And that's supposed to be 8 feet high and 8 feet wide. So you measure over 4 feet in all 4 directions off the center there. Put a line around the outside for a guide and stick those other ones in the middle if you wanted to. And then you'd set up this thing here called a jackplate or a widowmaker and start drilling that next round off. It would take one man about 2 hours to drill that many holes 6 feet deep. And you'd use roughly maybe 20 or 25 bits to do that with. Once you had your round drilled off, you'd put your blasting caps in the holes. They looked something like this, only a little better shape than this one's in. And they were all numbered from number 1 and up. And the difference between your numbers would give you milliseconds of a delay time from when one of those holes would go off till the next one would go. So you put a number 1 cap in that hole. Your second hole to go would be this one here, so you put a number 2 cap there. The third hole would be up there, so you put a number 3 cap there. And then a number 4 cap in that bottom hole right there. That part of the round right there, right in that square there, that's the most important part there is. That's called a burner the cut. If that didn't break out right, the rest of your round wouldn't break properly. After those 4 holes had gone off, you'd have a hole about this big around going in that wall 6 feet. And then every row of holes, working your way to the outside here, you'd put in higher number caps. Same going over this way. The second to the last row of holes you'd blast would be these 5 here called back holes. You could put the same number cap in this hole as this one over here, a higher number cap up here, and the same number cap here, and then a higher number cap in that middle hole by itself. The very last holes you would blast would be these 5 across the bottom here called lifters. You'd put your highest number cap in those lifters and the same number cap in every one of those holes. So all 5 of those holes would go off at exactly the same time. And they would actually pick up that whole muck pile and throw it back a ways. So your cross shift would have room to walk right in there and hang up a block on the table and scrape that around out there. We blasted with what we called NCN here. It was made on the property here. It was a mixture of fertilizer, nitrogen prills, diesel fuel, and a couple of other additives. I can't give you the whole recipe in case you go home and try and make it. So once you had all your holes loaded, you'd make sure you put all your tools away in a good safe place. And then you would tie these leg wires of your caps together with this orange stuff called B-line. It took a detonation to set these off, so the B-line was the detonation that would do that. But in order to set that B-line off, you had to have a detonation to do that with as well. So you put a blasting cap on it like this. That's an electric blasting cap. So in order to set that off, we all carried one of these things here called a mini blaster, looked like this. Like I said, that'd be quitting time, so you head out for the daylight, get outside and clean up and everything and head for home. So when you'd come on shift, there'd be a big muck pile here from the previous shift blasting. So you'd take a water hose and soak that down really good and wash all the dust off all the walls in the back for quite an area. Then you'd take this thing here called the scaling bar. And you go around and you check your back in place like that. long as it sounded like that, it was good. But you usually never had that wire, you never had that wire to fight through. So if it had a hollow sound to it, you turn that bar around and you could pry those loose pieces down. It was always a good idea to take the small ones down because they were the ones that would hurt you. The big ones, you wouldn't feel them. I'll start this mucking machine up and I'll just take a couple buckets with it to show you how it works. And it's quite noisy as well.